Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Azar talking to you. Today I want to talk to you about getting out of a dead-end job in the year 2016. There's a lot of people that are working in jobs that they know just aren't paying them enough. You're struggling still financially, but yet you're putting in 40, 50, 60 hours a week and you're still not getting ahead. So what I'll talk to you about today is getting ahead, getting out of that dead-end job, finding something better. Some of the things that I'm going to say to you today may actually surprise you. Some of the things may already be in sync with you. You may have already thought about, but what I will say is you got to take action, okay? I want to talk about 7 things here. The first thing I want to talk about is doing the best where you are. Don't complain. Be the best that you can be right where you are, okay? Always go in, give 110%. Stay away from the naysayers and the complainers and all that stuff. Don't be part of that crowd. Come to work ready to give 110% every single day. Now, a story that I heard a long time ago actually highlights this. There was a gentleman here in the Detroit area who was a manager at a McDonald's. And there was a woman, an older woman, who actually came in. And she observed them. And so she came in several days. And she just kind of watched them. Didn't really order much. But she just kind of sat down at a seat and just kind of took notice of this manager as he was working. One day she called him over. She says, "Hey, can I have a word with you, please?" He sat down with her for a few minutes. Long story short, this woman gave this man $1 million. And she owned several McDonald's restaurants, and she gave them to him to manage. They set up some sort of deal where he became actually an owner. So he went from being a manager to an owner. How did he do that? It's because he went in every single day and he hustled. He worked hard. He was polite. He was pleasant. He had great customer service. He did whatever he was supposed to do, and he did it to the max. And someone took notice of that, and he was rewarded and blessed because of that, okay? So that's number 1, doing the best where you are. Number 2, get help from others. I got a personal story. Actually, there was a gentleman who I was working for. I was doing a video production for, and I asked him, hey, how'd you become so successful? I wanted to know what was going on. I saw that he was making a lot more money in video than I was. So I actually asked him, could I take him to lunch? I said, hey, can I take you to lunch? So I took him to lunch. He was flattered by the idea that I even wanted to take him to lunch, but I took him to lunch. Obviously, he makes a lot more money than I did. But at the same time, he saw the opportunity, and I think he also saw in me the desire and the drive to want to do something better. And so we sat and talked at lunch for about an hour, and I picked up a few nuggets, and I was able to go ahead and actually implement that in some things that I wanted to do, and I kind of ran with it, all right? So that's one thing. Get help from others. Don't be ashamed to get help from others. If someone knows something a little bit better than you, if they can do the job a little bit better than you, if they're making more money than you, don't be ashamed. Put your ego in your pocket and go ahead and talk to them and find out what you can learn, okay? That's number 2. Number 3, seek a promotion at your company or another company. Now, sometimes we're in companies that are actually they're in the process of promoting people, right? So what you want to do is you want to ask about a promotion. Or even if they're not asking about a promotion, ask for a promotion. Or a promotion could be some skill that you could add to the company that you're not actually doing right now. You could say, hey, I bet you could utilize me better, my services better in this capacity here at the same company, right? Or you could take your skills that you've learned at that company and go to a different company and seek a promotion. Now that may sound like a no-brainer to you, but there's a lot of people who are scared to ask for promotions. There's a lot of people who feel like for some reason they don't deserve promotions. My question to you becomes, why not you? You deserve a promotion if you've worked hard enough. If you worked hard enough and you know that you have the skills, you know that you come in every day, you with the dedication, you know that you come in every day trying to do the things that you're supposed to do, there's a really good chance that you do have the skills to be promoted. And so sometimes you just have to ask for a promotion. I don't care if they're not promoting right now. I don't care if they told you that they're putting a stall on promotions, that they're not promoting anybody, or whatever the case may be. Ask for a promotion, okay? You're dealing with human beings. You're dealing with people. People's minds can be changed, okay? People's minds can be influenced and motivated to do something different if they see something different, all right? So sometimes just the fact that you ask gets people to start looking at you and saying, hey, maybe I will promote this person. I want to start watching them. And so then you want to make sure after you ask whether they say yes or no, you still want to make sure that, you know what, I've asked this, now their eyes are on me. I got to make sure I bring my A game every single day. I can't slack. So you want to make sure that you put yourself in line for a promotion. If there's no promotions at your company and you feel like it's really time and maybe you're ready to venture out there and go to the next level, seek promotion at another company. Okay, that's a possibility. Now, that would mean that you would have to break ties with your current company. You have to work at a different job, a different place, a different institution, but that may be what you need in your life. So that may be something that you want to think about and give some consideration to, okay? So seek a promotion. That's number 3. Number 4, help others at your job get better. Now, this is kind of surprising. You may think that it would not be included on this list, but you want to help others on your job get better. Okay, by doing that, that kind of helps you become a little bit of a team leader, right? That helps you to become indispensable to the company because they're seeing that people that are around you are getting better, and someone's going to notice. You don't always have to say it. You can just do what you have to do and do it out of the sincerity of your heart. Help others get better. Start wanting others to succeed along with you, or maybe even sometimes more than you. You know, if they succeed and they do a little bit better than you, and it was because you taught them and they took it and ran with it a little bit farther because they could, or because they wanted to, or they had to drive, or whatever the reason may be, if you help them, that's a fantastic thing. And then a lot of companies like that. They like that there's someone on their team who wants to sincerely see others get better, and you're helping others to get better. Okay, that'll also give you some I guess some weight also, I could say, with the team as well. You know, with the team that you're working with, the employees around you, the team members, you want to make sure that you're helping others to get better. Someone's going to notice that eventually. Now, a secondary point with helping others get better is that you're also going to help yourself get better. There's a saying that when a teacher teaches, he's teaching himself and the classroom as well. Well, what's happening is that as you're helping someone else get better, you may be rediscovering some skills that you haven't implemented in a long time. Okay, you may be rediscovering some things that you just haven't done or you forgot about, and so now you're helping others to get better, and you're reteaching yourself and helping yourself to get better as well. Okay, so that's number 4, help others get better. Number 5, educate yourself. Now, education doesn't have to be just going back to school, going to the university or the junior college or whatever the case may be. But also you can take online classes. Okay, it could be a one-time class. And you can also teach yourself. But educate yourself. Make sure you have a skill that is actually going to help you to go further along. Okay, so educate yourself. Never think that you can't educate yourself, because sometimes just picking up a book or watching a YouTube video can help you to educate yourself. All right, but don't rule out going back to school, because sometimes having a degree will get you in the door. I've actually got several degrees, and just because I have degrees on my resume, I know that's been one reason that I've actually gotten into a door. Okay, a door that might have been previously shut to me, I was able to get into it. All right, so that's number 5. Educate yourself. Get better. You should always be learning and getting better. Okay, you can educate yourself also not only in skills but in knowledge. Watching documentaries on Netflix and YouTube, and just learning about the world and how the world works. And it will change your thinking. It will kind of elevate your thinking and kind of expand in your boundaries. Okay, so educate yourself both formally and informally if possible. Okay, all right. So that's number 5. Educate yourself. Number 6, networking. Obviously, we know that networking is always a good thing to do. You know, you've gotten jobs probably because you got the job you probably have now because somebody told you about it. Somebody referred you to that company. Somebody referred you to that position. Okay, and that's great. You know, you've networked. One easy way to network is go on Facebook. I go on Facebook all the time, and what I do is I actually go ahead and I steal other people's friends, right? So I go to the pages of the people that I respect, the business people, the pastors, the leaders, whatever, and I go to their pages and I see who some of their friends are, and I send them a friend request. Okay, if it's somebody that I feel like I could kind of jive with a little bit and I respect, maybe I could learn something from, I will send them a friend request. That way, when it's time for me to get another job, or when it's time for me to do another business, or whatever the case may be, I put the call out, and I know that person's going to receive the call, and that person usually is in a place of influence, and either they can hire me directly or they can send me in the right direction to pick up more income. All right, does that make sense? All right, fantastic. Thought it would. All right, so you want to make sure that you're networking. Other ways of networking: attend the seminars and conventions. When you hear on the radio, there's going to be a real estate seminar. There's going to be a how to do this type of business seminar. Go to the seminar. Even if you're not interested necessarily in that industry, go and just do some networking. Tell people what you do. It doesn't matter. Hey, I work at McDonald's. Hey, I'm an engineer. Hey, I do athletics, whatever the case may be. I'm a trainer. I'm a therapist. Go there and meet some people, and just by expanding your network of people, now you can go back to Facebook, or now you can get their business cards and give them your business cards. And people know people that are in positions of influence. They know other people that are in positions of influence. Okay, so make sure you network by doing the Facebook, by going to the seminars and conventions. Maybe go to your school, your high school reunion, or your college reunion, or the alumni association, or whatever the case may be. Tap into that. Don't just let that resource go untapped into. One other way of networking actually is getting into a network marketing business. Now, I know that doesn't necessarily register on most people's radars, but actually getting into a network marketing business can be a great thing. One of the things that I did one of the things I learned by actually going into a network marketing business was I actually, some years ago when I joined a network marketing business, I was exposed to people who were making tens of thousands of dollars a month. All right. At that time, I didn't necessarily think it was really that possible, but I was able to see people who were actually living this out. They were making 30, 40, 50, sometimes $100,000 a month. And I didn't even think that was possible unless you were doing something illegal, or you were an athlete or a musician or maybe a lawyer or a doctor or something like that. But there's lots of professions out there. There were lots of people there some of them who didn't even have high school diplomas, who were making tens of thousands of dollars a month in a network marketing business. All right, so that's something you may want to consider, is network marketing, if not necessarily just to make money, which you can make some money, but also to expose yourself to those who are already making that type of income. And it may just help you to motivate you to go ahead and start making that type of income, or at least see that there's something better than where you stand right now. All right, so number 6, make sure you network. Last one, number 7, mindset. Overall, you have to have a positive mindset. You have to have the mindset that, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it. This is not the end for me. I'm going on. It doesn't matter whether you're young, whether you're old, whether you're disabled, what your race or creed is. It doesn't matter. You can make it. You can do the right things. You can go ahead and actually get out of the dead end job that you're in now. You can get out of the place where you're really almost doing yourself a disservice by staying in that job. You're doing yourself a disservice because you're not happy. You're doing yourself a disservice because you're not making the money to feed yourself, to feed your family. You can do something different. You have to have the mindset that says, I'm going to make it no matter what. I'll give you a story from my own personal life to highlight that. In the early 2000s, I think it was around 2000, 2001, I was actually looking for a job in video production. And I didn't have a whole lot of experience except for the schooling that I had a few years back under my belt. And so what I did was I opened up the Yellow Pages. At that time, the internet was kind of in its infancy. There was no YouTube. There was no Google. I don't even think Yahoo was around. But what I did was I actually went on ahead and opened up the Yellow Pages, and I went to the video production section, and I just started at A and just started working my way down, calling all the companies and asking them if they had any positions available and if I can come in and talk to them. I went through the A, through the B's, through the C's, through the D's, E's, went all the way through the alphabet until I got to V, and there was a company called VIP Video here in Michigan where I actually went on ahead and I talked to the owner, and I was able to go talk to him in face-to-face as well after the initial phone conversation. He and I sat down. He looked at some of the stuff that I had done some years back. He invited me to become part of his staff. He trained me, and from that year of working for him, I actually went out from that and started my own video production company and started doing some things of my own. So it was a great time. It was a thing where I just said, hey, I'm not going to take no for an answer. I went through everybody. I didn't care how many no's I got, because I know that one person would eventually say yes. And if they wouldn't say yes that day, they would say yes another day. So have the mindset where you're just unrealistic. Don't listen to your friends and your family who tell you can't do better. Get those people out of your head. And you may even need to consider getting those people out of your life. All right? You got to be positive. You got to think, I can do this. I'm going to make this happen. Pray about it. Think about it. Plan, execute, do your thing. Thank you very much for joining me. These are my 7 tips about getting out of a dead-end job here in the year 2016. I hope you find these tips useful, and I hope that you're able to go ahead and apply them to your life right away. Thank you very much. This is Azar. Have a great one.